Hello. I just ran and grabbed my book really quick in between. Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 8 of Black Void Into the Oblivious Depths, an actual play show of the Black Void system by Christopher Sebleton, playing the module Into the Oblivious Depths, but a little bit different. A few changes, as I just mentioned. We are now entering the final phase of our journey into the Oblivious Depths, and it's getting nerve-wracking for everyone involved, and there have been some heavy revelations, and things are getting bad very quickly. But I have every confidence in the world that both these characters and these players will see it through to a satisfying conclusion, and I can't wait to do it. So let's, before we hop into it, let's do, let me just do a little bit of quick thank yous to the fantastic people who are sponsoring us this season, without whom we literally couldn't do this. We thank them all so very much. I'm going to drop them there in the chat for all of you. So this season we are sponsored by Christopher Gray, the author of Great American Witch, Great American Novel, Happiest Apocalypse on Earth, which I just ran this last weekend. The guy makes some fantastic stuff. Great dude. And he also, as I mentioned, makes Great American Witch, which you can see on Mondays, run by Lydia, who is our tech tonight in the background. So let's get some hearts in chat for Lydia. She's fantastic. We are also sponsored by Broken Dice, by Black Void Games, maker of this game, Mighty Narwhal, Smunchy Games, who make Parslings, which Anna runs tomorrow and every Thursday, Evil Hat Productions, who make all kinds of fantastic things, but pertinent to our interest here, Fate of Cthulhu. We could not do it without any of them. We thank them all so very, very, very much. We are also sponsored this season by Grinding Coffee, who I did order. The coffee is absolutely fucking bomb, and you should totally get it. Get that cowboy blend in you, because that shit is good. Is it? What'd you get?
Oh, I got the, bourbon one, because it has, maple
That was nearly the one I
got.
got.
Yeah. There's nothing I love more
yeah.
than, sweet flavors that lean on sort of the, more savory, spicy end. Like, cinnamon, molasses. I love a chai tea, right? That's my fucking jam when it comes to sweet.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, they're solid. That cowboy blend tea, I am just enamored with it. It's so good. I would highly recommend it.
Tea?
Oh, coffee. I meant to say. You know what I mean. You put tea in my brain. This is your fault.
I am drinking a cinnamon tea, so that's fine.
Oh, out of a pint glass?
It's ice.
I put it over ice. I put it over ice.
Yeah.
There's no alcohol
question your life.
On this one.
This time.
If you want this time, wait for the finale. If you want some bomb-ass coffee in your life, order some from Grinding Coffee and use the discount code Penny for a Tail, which I did, to give yourself 10% off. It's delicious. You should have more of it in your life. Everyone deserves some good coffee. Okay. So, let us, before we get to get into the action here. Oh, I'm sorry. We're sponsored by Dice Dungeons also. Thank you, Lydia, for being on me about that. There's always at least one that I forget. Yes, we are sponsored by Dice Dungeons. Check them out. We also have a discount code there as well. Also, Penny for a Tail. And you're if you're like us, you're a dice gremlin who loves to hoard shiny math rock clicky clackies. And Dice Dungeons is where you can go. So check it out. Get yourself 10% off some fine new dice. All right, so let us get into reintroduce. Oh, is that what you got there, Liv?
Oh, it's my collection of math rocks.
Oh wow! That's a nice shiny math rock bag.
That's so meta.
There's math rocks all over the back.
Very pretty.
This baby has everything, She's got big chonkers. She's got all the math rocks you could possibly want. It's sick, bestie. It's just
how many math rocks can you fit in this bad boy?
Truly. But you know what? You know what I need? I need some math rocks from Dice Dungeon.
You do.
That is the one company I'm missing. So I'm gonna get some, and all of you should get some too. We're all in this together.
Hell yeah. Thank you for segue. And speaking of we're all in this together, we have a crew in front of us here who are very much in it together. They are headed into the breach together, dear friends, and I would love for you to meet them all now. So let me begin up at my top digital right with my dear friend Wally. Wally, who are you playing this evening? And I forgot to add my character building question. Who are you playing this evening? And what is the most played song on Oshan's Spotify?
Ooh. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, for one, hi, sup, y'all?
Not that
I'm
Spotify
Wally.
exists in this world, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, sup, y'all? I'm Wally. I'm your delightful non-binary slime best friend on the internet that will not shame you for eating peas. Put some baby onions in that bitch. Put some butter on that bitch. Yeah, baby onions and peas. Oh, yes, they do.
I'm gonna let y'all peek behind the curtain. There's a period of time where Colin's not in this call chat, and things happen. And this is one of the things that happen.
While Colin's talking to y'all, all of us are talking to each other.
That's how it works. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not with
And
them.
because of that, I am just saying, we do not shame people who eat peas.
In this house,
In
we
this
do
house.
not shame people.
On this void
You
trip,
enjoy your peas.
he's only.
No pea
I love
shaming on
peas.
my Christian Minecraft server. Now, what
Wow, that
would
sentence took me on a ride. All right.
what the song that Oshan would be bumping all the time on his playlist? The song that Oshan would be listening to most that would be on his Spotify playlist would be it would be Liquid Swords by Wu-Tang Clan.
Wow, nice.
Mhm,
Interesting.
because
I'm
I mean,
writing these down because I'm going to listen to these.
I mean, Oshan is a warrior at heart, but he's also a very creative person, and he would enjoy 100% how the Wu-Tang Clan combines both poetry and deep, like thoughtful, rich stories about living in a rough life and being a fighter in the lyrics of their songs. So that's why he would appreciate Wu-Tang Clan. Yeah.
Really good answer. I love that. All right. Hell yeah. All right. So Arshan, our Shark Boy warrior, digs on some Wu-Tang Clan. All right. Stella.
Hello, hello! I'm Stella Luna here on Twitch. I'm Stella Luna TV on Twitter. Today I will be playing Yara. She is half human, half lizard girl. Why do I struggle saying this every time? She is very special. She's got large saucer-like eyes. She has this sort of interesting complexion that can shift colors. She has this natural camouflage ability, and she also has these sort of fins that grow on the back of her head that can flare up when there's changes in pressure, kind of like a danger sense. Yeah.
You know, that
She
always
licks
makes me think of
things.
that, and she licks things, yeah. The flare thing always makes me think of that one dinosaur from Jurassic Park that scared the shit out of me. With the neck frill that like spits acid in that dude's face.
Mm-hmm.
You're nothing like that. Yara's much nicer than that. But every
Okay,
time you mention that, I see that little thing that freaked me out as a kid.
They now open up kind of like an umbrella a little bit, and they're colorful with red and green streaks now.
It's like that's the one part of her that doesn't change color. It just always looks like the thing from Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Oh god. So what's your song, Yara?
Yara, I don't think would listen to music. I think she would listen to like the most dry, procedural kind of podcast, historical documentary bullshit, and it's just like facts and regurgitation of information, and there's nothing melodic or musical about it.
Yeah, she like loves like 99% Invisible. I can see this. You should listen to like Radio Lab or something, like NPR stations.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that checks out. I like that. All right, Liv, who are you? Who you playing? What's your track?
I am playing Sanha. She is half bird, half human, and all of you are her sons. She is the commander of this ship, and she is doing her best, although the definition of best dwindles week by week. You know, best was once upon a time 100%. Now I think we're at like a solid 65. But she's doing it. She's doing her best. And her track, I cannot even begin to explain how excited I am to talk about this. So her track is Beef Flow Mix by Flo Millie. And okay, Wally knows though, because Wally is my sibling. Wally knows. So Beef Flow Mix is a meme song that was started through like TikTokers or whatever, because the beginning of the song, and I'm so sorry for this, but I'm gonna do it. The beginning of the song starts with, I like cashing my hair to my ass, do the dash, can you make it go fast? And it's just like this whole ass meme of a song. However, if we go to the second part of the song, one of the lyrics are, who got beef with me? Girl, you don't want to compete. I'm too fast on my feet, and you know where I be. Making you mad is my specialty. I'm the petty queen I need you to have. Which is so Sanha, by definition. And I'm so sorry for my
It
extremely
really
bad
is,
rapping.
though. I can't be mad because it so is.
I'm
Oh
so
my
sorry
gosh.
for my bad rapping. But, like, the idea of a person making a song where her whole, like, intro is, you're less than me, and I'm so sorry, is very Sanha.
You're less than me, and that must be so hard for you.
Like, truly, that's the whole vibe of the song. That's the whole song. It's like, I'm better than you.
Beef Flow Mix by whom?
By Flo Millie. Everybody should be listening to
Flo
Flo
Millie.
Millie. I've never wanted a teenager to be rich the way that I want Flo Millie to be successful. She's an incredible rapper. Everybody should be listening to her. May I is my favorite song from her, but Beef Flow Mix is like the thing that got her popular.
Hell yeah.
But yeah,
all right, I'm writing
the
that
petty
down.
queen, I need you to have a seat. Yeah, that's Sanha to a T. Thank you, Gigi. So
Oh
good.
boy.
Yeah.
Move over, tens. There's a natural 20 in the room. All right.
Oh my god.
Right?
I need that tatted somewhere.
Damn.
That was powerful.
If your date responds to that compliment with great glee, you know you found a good one. All right. Finally, my dear Anna, who are you? Who are you playing? What's your track?
Hi, everybody. I'm Anna Namiria on the internet. I am playing Zohar today, everybody's favorite void mom who is rapidly spiraling into progressively becoming more metallic and more taken over by the void demon that's living inside of her head, which
I do
just
like the
really
metallic lipstick.
kind of sucks for her.
That's a look.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, you know, it's a thing. It's a thing. What would her track be? I made an entire playlist for her when this campaign started, but the one that I think speaks to who she is the most, that she would also actually like, is Mary, but it has to be the acoustic lover. Acoustic lover? No, the acoustic version. Why did I say that? It has to be the acoustic version of Mary by Bayside.
Because Freud was
That's
right.
But it's not a
Nice,
cover
nice
because it's an original song. Why did I say that?
So acoustic lover,
don't
raise
know.
your hand in the chat if you're an acoustic lover.
I mean, I think I already outed myself here, but yeah, acoustic, Mary by Bayside.
All right.
That's just who she is.
I think Weha probably doesn't have a particular track. I think his track
He does
is
like
just
Sublime
the whole.
though.
Oh, he totally has
He
to
can dig some Sublime. I was gonna say, just like he thinks of it as all one. He doesn't know that they're different tracks. It's just all one song to him, which is like the whole A side of Dark Side of the Moon. It's all the same to him.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
He's
The
never
Paul
skipped track.
accurate Paul
to it all the way
Blart
through.
2 soundtrack.
Oh dear. Navari.
We'll get into that later.
Navari probably Navari tells people that she listens to classical, but actually digs on Taylor Swift. I think that's the truth.
I love
I think
that.
she actually fucking blares Reputation like in
Not
earbuds all the time.
Reputation. Not even
No. I
know, right?
1989.
That was
Reputation.
intentional. No, Reputation was an intentional choice. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Navari.
I now just have the image in my head of her just under her breath singing "Shake It Off" to herself, by herself, thinking no one's there. Then the camera turns around, and then you just see like maybe, I don't know, you just see Yara just standing there with eyes wide, staring at her, and Navari goes,
One must
"No one
simply shake it
will ever
off.
believe
Shake it off."
Yeah, but
And then I
Yara
could
would be the one person
imagine-
that. Yara would be the one person though that's like, I have no idea what that song was.
Yeah. Oh, did you write that? It sounds very nice. Good poetry.
I like the way you said "shake it off" many times in a row.
Good for
And then
you,
just like
Navari.
casually
Good for
bringing it
you.
up later on in
Yes,
front of
yes, yes.
everybody.
Play,
Oh,
play, play. Hate, hate, hate. I get
so
it. Yes,
much.
yes.
So much.
God bless you, Yara. Okay, so with all that silliness out of the way, let me do a bit of recap before we get into it, because boy, are we gonna get into it. So, if you're just joining us now, go back and watch the VODs on YouTube. But if you want to get caught up very, very quickly, the gist of what's happening here is that this particular crew are the first human crew ever sent out on an expedition for the Todd Consortium, which is an intergalactic sort of planetary settling company. This crew of humans have been sent out to find a world that is habitable for humans to live on, since humans in this world don't have a home of their own anymore. They are refugees on the other side of the galaxy from where they're natively from, and they don't have anywhere to call home. So these folks are trying to fix that. They have been given an itinerary of 4 planets to explore, which all seem promising. So far, they have explored 2, and a 5th planet was added to their itinerary at the last 11th hour in the last session. However, through it all, there has been some shady dealings. Their employer, the Todd Consortium, has been apparently deleting planets from their archives, erasing knowledge of them from existence. And most sinister, the last crew that went out on a ship called the Sentinel never came back, but their ship did. So the story goes. Came back intact, ghost ship, nobody on it. And now this crew are the new crew of the Sentinel. But things got a bit more confusing last session, as the crew had this new planet added to their itinerary that is a border world that straddles the real physical universe and the void, and went there on a tip from Aaliyah, who is their handler for the Todd Consortium, who is definitely working from the inside against her employer. This planet they investigated found it was a rocky, not terribly habitable world. I mean, it's not poison totally, but it sits on the edge of the void. It's not a place you want to stay. And they found a ship crash landed there, beached. A ship that looked just like theirs, identical. Identical even in name, for written on the side of it was the Sentinel. This is apparently the ship that the crew that went missing, and they have not survived, as Oshan went to investigate inside the ship and found 7 bodies on the crew deck laid out around him. And at the outstretched hand of one of these bodies, a jar of seeds labeled Azure Savannah. Azure Savannah is one of the planets on their itinerary. So with that revelation that this crew had apparently been there and didn't make it home, we now begin with Oshan. Oshan, you have gone below deck of this ship called the Sentinel. You've climbed down and you have found 7 bodies and a jar of seeds labeled Azure Savannah. The first thing I would like you to do is to roll a willpower contest.
Would this be anything like concentration or something like that? Like mind control?
No, it's nope. It's basically to resist the psychological damage of what you're seeing.
Okay. Yeah, it wouldn't help. Okay. All right. That is an 11.
An 11. Okay.
Yeah.
Oshan, these bodies are very decomposed. They are you've trained as a warrior, but that doesn't make death any more pleasant. And these bodies are strewn about this room, but there is a perverse kind of pattern to it. They are laid out in a circle around the central ladder that comes down from the top deck. And you notice with their arms outstretched that it looks like they died holding hands. And this scene before you, just this circle of bodies, it doesn't shake you to your core enough to make you lose your head, but it is deeply unsettling. This crew, if you had to venture a guess, this looks intentional. This is what they wanted. And the thought of that does rattle you. What do you do?
I'm going to assume that everyone is here in this circle are the only people that were on the ship to begin with. This jar of seeds. They were transporting it from or to. I'll have to get this analyzed. And I take the jar of seeds and I carry that under my arm. Is it like a large jar? Or is it like a size of an average size jar kind of thing?
Size of this. About size of this.
Okay. Then he holds it in his hand. He steals himself and he goes to check out the rest of the ship.
Okay. Do you want to go... So you're on the main... You came from the top deck. You're on the main deck. If you head to the back of the ship, you can either go up to the... I think it would be the aft deck, which is where on your... It's the same layout as your ship. So on your ship, that is where Navari and Weha's rooms are. or you go down into the cargo hold. Which way would you like to go?
I actually want to go to where Weiha would be, because that would be where the navigator would be at.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You head up the stairs to the aft deck. The wood of this sailing galleon, like yours, has been obviously wet and now sat and just sort of bleached in the sun for, it's hard to say how long, and especially considering this area's proximity to the void, time might be a little fucked. But it is, the ship is, the wood is dry and splintering in places and swollen, and as you walk up the stairs, it makes a loud with every step, and under you're a hefty boy, under your weight, it creaks loudly, and when you reach the top of the stairs, you see the doors to both what would be Navari and Weiha's room are open. And when you look into the navigator's quarters, you can see everything is neatly put away. The navigator's possessions and everything are stored away, and there's like a trunk at the end of the bed. Everything seems to be in place. Like, it doesn't look like it was ransacked. And you can see on the desk in the corner a large book shut that you recognize to be the navigator's log.
I'm going to take the log, pick that one up. I look around the room, just looking at the way how everything is so neatly packed away, how everything has a place for it. And Oshan says out loud, "Well, this confirms my theory. Well, this actually totally debunks my theory that the navigator here was a time-traveling Weiha. This room is far too neat for Weiha at all." So he shakes his head and takes the book.
It has no Weiha energy at all.
That's the reason why they obviously, in this situation, they don't have their own Weiha. So then I peek into Navari's room next to see if anything is in there, because they're the mystic. Like, these are the two rooms I definitely want to check out.
You peek into Navari's room, and you don't see anything, but you hear something.
I slowly push the door open, and I peek inside.
You can't see the source of the noise, but it seems to be coming from under the floor. It sounds like something tapping on glass.
I go over to where the area of the floor where it's at, and I try to like feel around if there's like a loose boards.
You pull back the small rug that's on the floor, and you can see there's one floorboard where the nails in the corner look different than the others. Doesn't match. The other nails on the floorboards look older and more corroded. These ones look newer in this one section.
Take my hands where that section of floorboard is at, and I try to pry it up.
Yeah, I don't think you need to roll for that. That's pretty easy. You peel back the floorboards and you hear the as the nails give way. And I've never asked your thought on this. What does Oshan think of the Mind Nebula?
It skeeves him out a bit, but it's like, this is part of our job. Not everything is going to be pretty. But also he has kind of a negative opinion towards it now ever since what happened to Weha, but...
Right. This is not pretty, but you can see instantly what the sound was. There is a large bottle, almost looks like a large wine decanter with a cork top stopper, and shoved into that is a Mind Nebula that's still alive and is tapping on the glass. And as you peel back the floorboard and you see it, it kind of moves around excitedly, like it had been trying to get your attention. And it starts just like bopping from one side of the jar to the other.
Okay. I look at this and oh boy. Oh dear, oh dear. He picks up that bottle with the Mind Nebula in it, kicks that jar of seeds in the book, looks around the room one last time, and heads back up out of the ship because he only has so many things he can carry right now.
Okay. You walk back down the stairs and past again that grisly sight of those bodies. And you feel it's a difficult sensation to put a name to. But you feel a connection to these people. They were the last Sentinel crew before you. They did many of the same things you're doing, and you even notice among them, 2 of them are human. These people were not so different from you. And for some reason, it appears that they chose to die here. And I think there's a bit of sadness to that you can't help but feel. I mean, I'm sure there's probably some fear and apprehension and all that, but it's just, this isn't a way that somebody should die. Alone on this miserable spit of land on a border world not fit for human habitation. But for some reason, this is where they wanted to die. And you head back up the ladder with that feeling weighing heavy on your heart, and head to the top deck. And as you get out on the top deck, the pale white sunlight strikes your skin. This world is a truly awful place. And you feel the confusion that can only really come from intense interaction with the void. As you see your comrades down below on the beach.
I head over to them carrying the journal, the seeds, and the Mind Nebula in the jar. It was quite the sight. I found a ship, 7 crew members, all dead. They were holding hands as if they were accepting their death. But they wanted to die together. I'm not sure what could have led them to reach such a point, but I feel like what I have found here may give us some clues. I found this jar of seeds from Azure Plains. He sets it down on the ground. I found a journal. This one belonged to the former navigator. And then he holds up the jar with the Mind Nebula inside of it. These 2 items came from the rooms of both the mystic and the navigator of the ship.
I'm sorry, you said it seemed like they all wanted to die together? Die of
Correct.
what? Were they hurt? Were they sick? Could you tell?
Could not tell. It was very gruesome. But they were so resound to be together when their fate was met.
Well, I don't know what to do about this Mind Nebula. Maybe Navari has some insight into that, but Yara, do you know anything just by looking at these seeds about what this could mean?
As you say that, Yara's already crouched down and she's taken the jar. She's shaking it a little bit. She opens it. Is it a sniff? Does it smell like fresh? Is it they seem dehydrated? What are the condition of these seeds?
Oh, the seeds. They. You know what? Let's do a roll.
Okay.
To a. What would be most? My brain went to awareness, but no, actually intellect. Yeah, intellect.
Okay. I have a +2. I also have eidetic memory. So I also went to school for a lot of botany and biology things. Would you say that's appropriate for this?
Totally in your wheelhouse. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so that's gonna be a +3 altogether. And I rolled a 1, so that's 4.
All right. They're seeds. I don't think you can. With that, I don't think you can identify precisely. I mean, I'm still going to give you something from this because even with a 4, you're a scientist, you know stuff like this. So obviously, they're in a jar labeled Azure Savannah. So just simple deduction tells you that that's where they came from. As for what precisely they are, you're not sure, but the structure of the seeds, just the way that they are formed, is interesting to you as a studied botanist and biologist, because they look like seeds, like the seeds of plants that you've read about in old texts. Very, very old. Stuff that's not, definitely not native to Aniar. And the kind of seed structures that resemble closer to stuff that have been written down in human texts going back centuries. So that's a curiosity.
Are they very big seeds?
They're each like the size of like apple seeds.
Okay. Since they're so small, Yara will take one and she'll eat it. She'll try to determine if it's poisonous or caustic, if it's bitter. Perhaps like if it's pleasant to taste, then it might be food. If it's bitter, it might be medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Or it just might be poison.
Yeah, you're good at this. So no, they the taste is slightly sweet. Seems like there's some sugar content. You would guess like some kind of flowering plant or fruit tree.
Okay. Yeah, so
Obviously
she'll
not toxic.
Okay. She'll relay that to the others and she'll cork it up real tight again. She'll shove it into her satchel. Say, I do believe that this might be either food source or perhaps flowers, medicinal, possibly. Obviously, worthy enough to warrant collection.
Well, also I have the journal from the navigator, and I hand the journal over to Sanha to check out.
Yeah, no, I read through the journal. And I can do a roll to see if I figure out what they're talking about in this journal. I don't know.
So reading it, ain't gonna be hard. So let's just tell you what you got there, and then if you want to dive further and try to synthesize information, we can do a roll. But
Dive in.
the crew, you see, was a crew of 7. 2 of them are human. 1 is a column. 1 is a Shur, and the 3 remaining are Bawaks. This is not an atypical type of crew arrangement for the Todd Consortium. It's
Wasn't
bit of a
Alia
mixture.
Bawak?
No.
Or am I, completely fabricating.
No,
that?
she's
Okay.
not. She's not. No, she's
Fabricating.
a half blood. Yeah, she's a half blood, and I can't remember off the top of my head what the other half is, but she's part human. You see that this crew, you can flip through the book, and you can see that okay, they were on a similar expedition. They were investigating a few possibly habitable planets, just taking notes, and most of it's very, very uneventful. It's just a lot of dry, we went here on such and such date, we found this, we found life forms here, possible sentient one there, nothing extraordinary. Until about 3/4 of the way through the book, it starts to change. The tone begins to change. The entries start getting shorter and more erratic. The author stops writing in complete sentences. And you see mention of something's wrong with the mystic. And you see, at one point, it says, our mystic, Tycho, has taken ill. And then the entries start to get much shorter. You see mention that they have found a planet called Azure Savannah And yet, they wrote nothing about what they found there in it. And the last entry simply says, "It stops with us."
Ominous. It stops with us.
When we look at the ship, their ship, does it seem to have any sort of hull damage?
No. It looks intentionally beached.
Commander, who'd you Mystic's name again?
You just said it and it left my brain because I'm absolutely floored by everything else you said.
Tycho.
The Mystic's name? Tycho. The Mystic's name was Tycho.
Oshan, you went on that ship. Did you see sort of like middling height man with long reddish hair?
I do remember
had-
seeing two humans. Yes, I do recall that.
And in a moment that just
Zohar,
seems like completely out of character for how she usually is, she just like leans against the wall, kind of like she took a really hard blow to the side of the head and is having trouble standing upright.
Zohar?
What do they mean it stops with us? That's my teacher. That's the most powerful mystic I have met before Navari.
Oh.
I don't believe this. I don't believe it. No.
I like glance to Oshan because Oshan saw the bodies. I didn't. Oshan's the messenger.
Zohar.
I mean, I'm the messenger. Oshan's the source.
Zohar, I'm sorry, but the description, it matches the person exactly that I saw down there. It was a human with red hair.
What did they have that needed to stop with them? That they couldn't stop with this group?
I am not sure, but I think the Brain Nebula may give us insight.
I'm afraid to use it though. Like, you saw what happened to the nebula that we knew, and granted, that was a mistake, but we don't know anything about this nebula. We don't know what this nebula was exposed to.
Neither do I. But, and that's when he holds up the jar and just points out the fact that this nebula is like itching to get out. This looks like someone who wants to tell us something.
I only think that Zohar, Weha, and Navari should be the person to interact with it.
I agree. It is their decision to do what needs to be done with it, but well, it's their decision. And I hand the jar over to to Sanha.
Yara will look right at Sanha and say, I respectfully disagree. Perhaps it would be unwise to contaminate. We already know that there is something going on between Zohar with Avari and Weha.
But if this is the same creature, if it's the same being, or a being who's part of the same, I don't know, conscience, I don't think we should expose any new minds to it.
You would be adding an additional variable to something that we already do not understand completely. You have no control group by doing that.
I know. We're working without a control group, which is the worst. And it's not extremely beneficial to use one control group in a new experiment that has an entirely different, topic, thesis.
There's
no safe option here.
It might be smarter if it is you, me, or Oshan.
I don't think that's a good idea at all.
What happens if it gets exponentially worse? If it infects you, Zohar? What if you lose complete control?
I don't know, but you need Navari and Weha to get home. That's not sentimental, that's just doing the math.
What if, by infecting you with something external, it infects the two of them? Then they are out of commission. It will, as you say, we cannot escape without them.
Well, if the commander takes it, we're down a commander. If our chief scientist takes it, then we're down the entire reason why we came on this journey. And if our chief of security takes it, and then something happens to me...
But you're still the backup.
If I take it, you're not down a commander. Oshan is here. Oshan is just as capable as I am. If I take it, Oshan takes over and leads you all back home.
Oshan is quiet for a second, and it's then looks utterly surprised at Sanha for a moment, but then just slowly nods. Is that your order, Commander?
My order is, if I am deemed incapable or not sound of mind, or I turn against the ship and the crew, Oshan is to take over, and Oshan is to lead you all home.
Well, Commander, we're going to make sure that doesn't happen to us, because you're going with us for this entire ride.
Out of character, can I have permission for Yara to leap for the Brain Nebula and try to yank it out of the jar?
Start some shit. Start some shit. Oh, right. Who's holding that brain nebula? Who's holding that mind nebula right now?
Oh my god.
Who's got it in their hands?
It's Sanha.
It's
Sanha. It's
Oh,
Sanha.
great. Oh, great. You
Not
guys
the two
are
weaklings
gonna
fighting.
you two are gonna make opposed agility contests.
Okay.
And I am going to give a +1 to Yara for element of surprise.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, dang.
Oh my god, my hands are sweaty.
you have rerolls. You have rerolls, just so you know.
You do have...
Also, this is officially the first
Hold on.
earliest
No,
of
hold on.
Pride.
Hold on. This is a house rule. I do not allow use of rerolls in a PvP situation because it's not fair.
Yeah, that's
So
true. That makes sense.
you may not use your rerolls for this.
Can I have so I have a talent called Limber.
Ooh.
I'm a perfect contortionist. Any feats involving acrobatics, flexibility, evading, pinning attacks, and the like have a +1 modifier. Can I use that?
Say it again.
Okay, here, I'll read it verbatim. It says, the character can bend and flex her body at impossible angles. If there were ever a perfect contortionist, she would be at it. All feats involving flexibility, climbing, and acrobatics, including escaping bonds, evading, pinning attacks, and the like, have a +1 modifier.
Ooh. I think that this fits the spirit of that, if not the letter. I think it's a fair application of that. I'm thinking especially because the evading attacks part. So like that makes sense to me.
Do you guys want? Hey, folks at home, do y'all want to know what Sanha's thing connected to? What is it? Agility is. She has the clumsy flaw. She has the clumsy flaw.
Sanha just drops the jar.
For that.
Clumsy. 1 and 2 on agility rules or crit failures. That's all it is. But ain't that something?
Okay. Ain't that's just
fantastic.
The pits? All right.
Let's roll this shit. Let's go. Let's get this over with. I'm ready to go
Okay.
home. I'm ready.
So +2. He's got a +2 in total.
I have a
And
+3
I will
in total.
fail if I get a 2.
Oh, I just meant the modifiers from
Also-
your ability and element of
Oh, yeah.
surprise, but yeah.
Yeah. Also, everybody, I cannot stress this enough. This is not a D20 system. This is a D12 system.
Mm-hmm.
I could get a 1 or a 2 on a D12 and fail. So let's sit here with that. This is between you and your
1 in
god.
6
Let's
chance.
sit here with that. Hate it here.
All right. No, you
Oh my
don't.
god.
I'm gonna
Listen,
roll right now. Let's go.
are you doing it on Roll20 or are you doing physical dice?
I just
Yeah,
started Roll20, but I can do it on physical dice.
Yeah, do it on Roll20. Do it on Roll20.
Okay.
Let's make this public, shall we?
Oh, not you public shaming me. All right, let's go.
All right.
Oh.
Bruh!
All right, I'm gonna describe to you what happens.
Please take it away.
That was like
Take it away.
It failed so
it
badly.
moved. I was about to
I'm
say
the DM now.
for the benefit of viewers, because it moved quickly. Yara got a 14, which you can see, but Sanha got a 2. So
Which means with
That's a
my
crit
clumsy flaw, it's a crit fail.
all right, Yara, here's my GM hat. You take it away.
Thank you. All right. So as we're like speaking to one another and coming up with this plan, and Sanha relinquishes the, potential commander hat to Oshan, Yara's just staring at Sanha the entire time. Her eyes are wide like saucers, and the color just drains from her. She becomes that translucent, shallow shade again, like she had when she thought she was going to die. And she's shaking, and her eyes just dart back and forth from the jar to her, the jar to her. And the only thing going through her mind is that last moment that they had in her room where they were curled up under the blanket together. She immediately just darts forward much like a lizard, like, like a garden skink just kind of skittering around, like just pure survival instinct. She goes for the jar, she yanks the top off, she grabs the nebula.
You yank the top off of it?
Yeah?
Did I hear that right?
Yeah, she opens
So you want to
it.
release? Oh. Oh.
She's dragging the brain nebula right
Oh.
to her.
I see.
Yep.
I'm hyperventilating. I can't live like this.
Yara? Make a willpower test.
Okay. My willpower is +2. What's the crit?
You got another? Holy shit. That's amazing. Okay, well, give your GM a moment to catch his breath. But
We're getting all the signs of apocalypse. The GM saying, "Wait, you did what?" The GM saying, "I need a moment." Like,
You ready for the
swear
final
my
one?
heart
Horseman.
skipped a beat.
you want to hear the last doom sign is that I'm about to play this music.
Oh no.
Okay. So turn that up a little bit.
No.
Yara, you snatch the jar from Sanha's hand and impulsively remove the cork. The Mind Nebula springs out of it like a xenomorph from its egg and extends its tentacles at your head. It wraps its tentacles around your neck and around your temples, and you feel this jolt. But with your crit success, you shake this thing off and bat it away as it floats down to the ground and recovers, rises up. Oh, wow. Everybody roll initiative.
Fuck.
Oh.
Excuse me, where's Vax? Please, somebody tell me where Vax is right now.
Vax is back on
And
the
the
ship.
camera on Vax.
Oh.
Good lordy. I don't even remember. I'm so stressed out. How do we roll initiative?
It's your
What do I do?
agility.
How am I playing?
Your agility modifier.
Oh, the one I'm clumsy in? Cool. Cool.
The very same.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody have above a 10? Okay.
Nope.
11.
Oh my god, Liv. Oh my
Okay, so
good
you wanna know the
golly
funniest
gosh.
thing? I realized that I didn't put in my -1 for agility. So even though I got a 2 last time, I really should have gotten a 1. It's a critical fail no matter what. But
Even worse.
here we are.
Wow. Okay. So no one got above a 10. 5 to 10?
I got an 8.
8. All right. 5 or less. They take that to the rest of you.
I got an 11, sorry.
Oh. Okay. Yara, Oshan, Zohar. What'd you get? Oh, she's frozen. Damn it. I just realized that. Oh, wait. Hold on.
they're back
She's
though.
back.
They just logged in.
Anna, can you hear me?
I just got back. Hey.
Hi. What'd you get for initiative?
I don't know because I didn't hear what we were supposed to roll.
Oh, you missed a lot. Roll initiative.
That was when my just die. Yeah.
Roll agility.
Yep.
2.
Ooh, wow, y'all are on fire. Okay, so that's Oshan,
God.
Zohar. And then Sanha is last. The Mind Nebula rears back and extends its tentacles in all directions. You've never seen your Mind Nebula do this, but it is spreading itself out like a cornered rat. And as all of you stand around it, this thing looks poised to fight. And I am going to roll just a straight d12 for... Wow! Mind Nebula goes first.
Honestly, afraid of homes. Homophobic. Afraid of homes. That's what this is.
What? I didn't understand that at all.
Oh, well, he did, and that's all that matters to me. You know, afraid of homes, homophobic. That's what these roles are offensive to me. I hate it here.
I see. The Mind Nebula floats about. It floats about, and it seems to want to get past all of you. And you're standing in its way. And it you can see the floating brain sort of look to each of you before settling on where it's going first, and it shoots for Oshan, extending its tentacle out to Oshan's head. Oshan, make an agility roll to avoid the tentacle.
I am good at that. Yeah. Ooh, that will be. That's a 7.
Make a willpower roll.
That I am good at. What a fricker. That is, I got a 12 on.
Okay. Oshan, you feel this thing touch your brain. You feel it's... You feel it... Bad touch. You feel it deep, deep down in the back of your brain, in that place where anger comes from. And you can hear it whispering to you, telling you to kill your friends. And I think that face you just made is the exact face that your brain makes back to the Mind Nebula. Get the fuck out of here.
Come on.
Man, come on.
You thought. Can I, like,
And
rip, like,
it
it up, like, fling it away? Is it possible I can do that?
on your turn. It's coming up.
Okay.
On your turn, yeah. Yara.
Alright, just freaking out in cast chat about what the fuck we would do if Oshan turned on us.
Die. We would simply pass away, all of us.
It's just like
Yes.
Zohar versus Oshan Kaiju Demon Battle of the Century, and we just see what happens.
That's the King Kong versus Godzilla fight I want to see.
Yes. Yara is going to try to pin the Mind Nebula down. She's just going to throw her whole body at it and just try to smush it onto the ground.
Okay. What the hell do you call that? You're trying to pin it, so I'm gonna call that strength. It's you don't really have to move too quickly because it's sort of attached to Oshan, but you got to keep it down. So do a strength contest
Okay, that's a -2.
All right.
3.
3.
Yes.
That ain't great.
No.
I think you can get to it, get your arms around it, and try to wrestle it down, but it's slippery, and it wiggles its way out from your arms and out from underneath your body, and you end up lying flat on the sand with this thing wriggled out from underneath you. And now it is off of Oshan now, but now it's now it's free completely. So Oshan, your turn.
Okay, since I nod to Yara and thanks, and I pull out one of the knives from underneath my cloak, and I just spring at it, going to stab it with the knife in like a combat kind of style, because I don't have my sword with me.
Oh yeah, y'all didn't bring your big weapons.
Nope, I didn't bring my
Alright.
big boy. Ooh. That is 11 on the dice plus strength. That's a 12.
That'll do it.
Awesome.
What kind of damage can you do with that thing? You got a 12 in
think
total,
we're just-
not a natural 12.
Yeah, no, it's just a 12 in total. It was actually
Okay.
11 on the dice, so it's only plus 1.
Okay. Okay.
The knife does like slash. What I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna do the all-out attack on it.
Okay. So that I think
So
doesn't that give you a negative? It gives you a minus. The all-out attack.
Yeah, it gives me
To the
plus
roll.
3 to my attack, but I now have -3 to my next defense
Yes.
done against me.
Gotcha.
So that is going to be 6 points of damage.
Okay. All right. You sink the blade into the Mind Nebula. It feels really weird because stabbing a brain feels very, very strange. And as you stab it, it's almost like you can see the Mind Nebula sort of contract as the blade sinks in. And when you pull it out, the blade, the Mind Nebula is bleeding. It's like black, like ichor. This like tar, like blood, and it's sprinkled and it kind of sparkles with these little sort of blue flecks, almost like looking into a night sky. That's just like pouring out of the back of this Mind Nebula, and it does make a sound. You don't normally hear them make a sound, but it does make a kind of as you stab it. Zohar.
I mean, like, I know that this is technically like actions in combat, but for flavor, at the moment that the Mind Nebula is rocketing out of this bottle and just wrapping its tentacles around Yara's brain, without even thinking about it, Zohar just like switches into that demonic form that she has, where she just turns into this like just straight up avenging creature, and is about to dive right for where the Mind Nebula is. I would like to use my void powers, please, so this allows me to dissipate a phenomenon or distortion as is being manifested or occurring against phenomenon or void potency. And I just have this sneaking suspicion in the back of my mind that void fuckery is afoot. So it can't reverse anything, but it can try and suppress / contain.
That's all very, very interesting. But before you do anything, you're gonna have to make a willpower roll.
Oh, cool. I'd like to use one of my rerolls on that, please?
That would be a good time for it. Yep. With that big crit fail.
Perfect. There's a
That's
10.
much better.
Yeah.
Zohar, as you think about choosing violence over this Mind Nebula, you feel a moment of hesitation. A moment where your nerve falters. A sort of butterflies in your stomach. And you feel, altogether unexpectedly, love. That Mind Nebula feels like family. And you don't want to do it. But you see past it. And transform. And you may now use your ability.
Okay. So for my magic, I do a willpower roll.
Yep.
$12.
Okay, so this is going to be a bit of flavor, because I don't think this is exactly what that ability is meant for, but I think it's close enough.
Okay.
So you said it dismisses void phenomena? It
Just says that it dissipates a phenomenon or distortion. It cannot revert earlier void stimulus, but negate developing current phenomena and distortions. So it's like a Faraday cage of void. Is what it reads like to me.
That's a weird one. I think the Mind Nebula you reach out to contain it, Zohar.
Yeah.
You extend your mind powers, you extend the pull of the void to try to contain this thing that is bleeding black ichor all over the ground. And you transform. You feel fully ensconced in your power. And as you reach out to contain it, you feel as if you are attacking yourself. It feels like you've just punched yourself in the stomach. Self-inflicted wound. And you just feel eyes on you from the inside. And the Mind Nebula freezes in place a moment as you extend your mind forward, and it shakes. It looks confused, like it doesn't know how to react to this coming from you. Almost surprised. And it stutters in place, and its tentacles twitch. And I think this is going to give mechanically an opening. So Sanha's up next. I think this is going to allow you to have a much easier time smacking it if you wanted to. I think so. The effect of Zohar's ability here is that this thing is now very vulnerable.
Okay. So Sanha has a tail. And it's particularly
Not the first thing I thought
tail.
you would say. But, right.
Listen, I'm not sure if anybody's caught it, but I'm breaking down on a molecular level right now. It's a lot. I haven't been this stressed in a game in a really long time, so there you go. That's your rose for tonight, Colin. my heart pressure, my blood pressure is just.
I do accept this rose.
Yeah. So Sanha has a long tail, which systematically means that she gets +2 to certain things, like grabbing things. So, yeah. Sanha's gonna try to grab and restrain this nebula, this Mind Nebula, so we can at least try to get it back in its jar.
Okay.
I'm not sure what kind of check
Yeah,
or roll that'll be.
That is a grapple, so that is a -3 attack mod. However, I'm going to completely negate the -3 because Zohar has left this thing vulnerable. So this will be made at whatever your normal modifier is with an agility, with a strength roll. Excuse me.
Oh, with a strength roll? Okay. So that's going to be
Yes.
because I have +2 due to my tail, but a -2 to my strength, that's just going to be a flat roll.
This is going to be a flat roll. Because you're little bird bones.
My little bird bones, hollow bone ass looking.
Oh, shit. Wow.
For anybody
Fucking
who's not
hollow
watching the
bone
stream-
ass, bird leg, old knobby knees, little head ass. Actually did something useful
fucking
with her light
KFC
ass
looking
coffee.
ass.
Old 17 original herbs and spices ass. Look at this. Proud of her. Love that glow up. Love it.
Okay.
Oh, you got.
Okay. So for anybody who's just listening, not watching, I just rolled a 12. Oh, on a flat
So,
roll. Oh.
With a grapple, it is an opposed roll, but I literally couldn't pass it with a roll. It wouldn't happen. It would be impossible. Even if I rolled a 12, there's a negative modifier. So I'm not even gonna bother. This thing is hovering in the air, shaking, stuttering. How do you grab it? So, brain with tentacles hanging down like a jellyfish, sort of. How do you want to grab it?
Yeah, no, like Sanha like rushes towards it, almost like fake it out, but her tail like whips around, grabs onto I guess I hate this sentence, the meat of the brain, and just like slams it down on the ground, and holds it there. And I like kind of like lean on top of my own tail, and I'm like, somebody get the jar, go, 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 somebody get it, because like this is too much.
All right.
I think in that moment, as Zohar finally watches Sanha grab into the gross meat of this brain, she's still holding the sphere in place to keep it from moving, and she just says through these gritted teeth, "Just don't let it get Yara," and is holding it in place for dear life.
All right. The next one of you to go will be Yara, but first, it is the Mind Nebula's turn. And Sana's holding it. And it's gonna try to possess her brain. So, I'm gonna roll it. Well, actually, you are, Sanha. You need to roll a willpower contest.
Okay, so one of my talents actually is composed. I get a +1 to fear,
Ooh.
intimidation, awe, and delirium rolls.
Does that apply, though?
I mean, this is your
it's-
game.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, is it... No, this isn't any of those things.
Okay,
You got reroll.
so just +1 is it? Yeah, +1. That's another 12
Jesus.
from your girl.
Henry Christ, Sanha. Okay.
Anna, oh, honey, I just saw you.
You guys never let me have
And
any
it's-
fun.
Okay. We're the ones having heart palpitations. Okay.
Sanha, you are clutching. I'm just going to repeat your sentence back to you. You are clutching the brain meat when the tentacles that hang down from the meat extend up. This thing has about a dozen tentacles that hang down like a big jellyfish or Portuguese man o' war, and the as you're holding it, you feel them wrap up your arms, both of them, like it wants you to hold on to it. And as the tentacles wrap around your arms, you see two of them come up and touch you just behind the ears. And you feel a rush of anger, a sudden desire for violence, but not against this thing. This thing is your friend. It hasn't overtaken you. Your mind feels strong enough that as it tries, you can feel your fingers twitch almost involuntarily, like it's trying to control your motor functions. And you can feel yourself losing grip on your own body. And you feel something intrusive in your mind as you hold this thing here. It feels kind of violating, like there's something that shouldn't be here. But you don't let it take you over, and I want to know why. What thought chases the demons away? What image? What memory? What sensation? What gives you the strength to fight this thing out of your mind?
I don't think that this is 100% something that is applicable, but have you ever had like a shelf full of trophies?
Mhm.
And all of them
Well,
are,
no, because I
you know,
never won anything ever because I was uncoordinated, but I understand the concept.
oh, accolades. Accolades, yes, accolades.
Sure.
There's an empty spot. It's the idea that that's empty. It's the idea that Sanha has not achieved her own goals. The one thing, at the end of the day, like, as much as I've made jokes of like, oh, who was the best person in, like, you know, our class or whatever, Sanha has her own personal goals and aspirations, and she has not reached her pinnacle yet. So she can't give up at all. She'll be damned if some dumbass brain is going to be the thing that stops her from doing what she needs to do.
There's that moment of makes me think of a big fish, but just like, this isn't how I go. This isn't
Exactly.
it. You're not going to lose yourself on some backwater piece of shit border world, this no account planet that can't even properly sustain life, to a fucking brain in a jar. It's just, this is not how Sanha goes out.
Nope.
And it won't be. But
this is how I get in.
Fuck. Oh no.
it's your turn, Yara.
Yara scrambles up from where she had body slammed on the ground, and she scoops up the jar. She's gonna try to reclaim the brain through the jar.
Okay. Yara, okay, it's already grappled. I think to get it in the jar, this will be simple. It's going to be a low challenge rating because it's grappled and slightly debilitated. I think just yeah, I think that's fine. Just a little bit of coordination.
Okay, cool. 10.
Okay. Sanha has an iron grip on this creature. She is standing every bit as strong as you've always seen her stand. Doing what she always does. Trying to protect all of you. And lately, what she's been doing, cleaning up your messes. And you throw the jar down on top of the Mind Nebula and rend it away and pop the stopper in. It is safe now. Sanha has a faraway look in the eye.
Is everyone fine? Please, someone answer. Is everyone fine?
Yara will roll the jar away from her and just turn towards Sanha. And she obviously looks frightened. She's shaking and she tries to reach forward and just gently hold Sanha's face on either side.
She doesn't react.
Sanha. Sanha.
I mean, I don't know. Colin Arbiter. Can Sanha even hear any of this?
Yes. All I'll say is, like, this is probably a disturbing feeling that she's going through. This invasive thing that just happened to her mind, and she knows it's a splinter. There's something in her head now that she can't get out, and it's like an intrusive thought or a song stuck in your head. It's there, and I think what's happening to you right now is that as you sit here on the beach, it's just cycling and cycling and cycling. And as Yara talks to you, you can hear her. You can hear the concern in her voice, but it's like you can't register how to respond. You know, what you do with this is totally up to you, how you react to this. But that's what's happening in your mind right now. What you do with that is your character choice completely.
Can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
Did Zohar hear what the demon said when it went in Sanha?
I'm trying to think if that's a... I don't think there's a precedent that every time it talks, you hear it, regardless of where it is.
Yeah, I was just curious.
Yeah, so I don't think so, no. However, I'll say this, Zohar, you're very familiar with that thing and how it works. And the look that Sanha has in her eye right now is certainly unsettling. And unsettlingly familiar.
I think without dropping the transformation that she's in, she just turns slowly around and looks Sanha directly in the eye and then says, "Get out."
No.
I wasn't asking you, leave.
No.
You did what you did to me. Why? It doesn't matter. You just need to go.
No.
I think as Yara is like desperately calling out to Sanha and like holding her face, Sanha just no. No.
Sanha, I am so sorry.
I Yara, what am I doing?
You are here with me. Come back to the speech.
No.
Please. Sanha, this is precisely what I didn't want to happen.
Yara, I'm scared.
Her hands just go from your face and they're shaking. They try to grab yours as tightly as she can.
Yara, I'm scared. I never thought that I could do this. I didn't think I could do this. I didn't think I could lead the ship, but I tried, and now I'm failing everybody, and I'm so scared.
Scared too. But you don't have to be scared alone.
It's so loud. And so, like, I can't focus. I can't do anything. I don't know how Zohar lives like this. This is so much.
Yara's complexion goes shallow again. She just looks like sinew and translucent flesh, and she begins to cry. She watches you.
She loves you, you know.
I know. I believe me, I know.
Don't be scared.
You're terrifying.
We fear what we don't understand. It's always the way of it. But you will understand.
What do you want from me? I can't give you anything.
No. But I can give you everything. And you will have it. Commander.
Quick question, just from GM's storytelling perspective. Were you talking out loud just now, Sanha?
She can be.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So Yara, you see Sanha talking to something.
Yara tilts her head and she looks confused. Her hands are starting to hurt from how hard she's gripping yours. Sanha, I don't understand.
You said everything, right?
Everything.
Yara feels Sanha squeeze back on her hands. Everything?
Yes. Trust in me.
Okay. Okay.
It's time for your final destination.
Okay.
You
Okay.
will understand. And they will all understand.
Right.
We will see to it.
Okay.
Everything will be
Um,
okay.
And I think like Sanha's eyes kind of like refocus. As she looks at Yara. We've talked about how Sanha is tough on Yara.
Mhm.
But I think for the first time ever, a look of true softness and vulnerability and warmth and love washes over Sanha's face, and you can see it in her eyes as she squeezes so tightly onto Yara's hand. Like one hand like reaches up and like touches the side of her face. Yeah. Yeah, everything's gonna be okay, I promise.
Slowly, the paleness fades and color comes back. Her eyes are wide and wet, and they're wild, just looking over your features, trying to find answers, confused, not sure what's going on. But you're back. You're here now. She seems hopeful. She perks up and you can see that her entire form is shaking. She says, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay, and you don't need to worry. Yara, have I ever led you astray?
Sanha, I am always worried.
You don't need to be. You don't need to be. Yara, I'm gonna take care of you, okay?
But who takes care of you, Sanha?
You do. I know you do.
She looks over at the jar. I'm sorry. I thought I was going to keep you from being hurt.
It's okay. You don't need to worry. I'm okay, I promise. But do you promise to trust me and to follow me? I'm gonna take care of you, and we're gonna take care of each other, right?
Sanha, I trust you with my life.
I love you too, Yara.
She just surges forward and hugs you so tightly. She hugs you so hard that she shakes violently against you. She just buries her face into your neck. She starts crying against you.
Yeah. Sanha like wraps her arms tightly around Yara and like buries her up against her chest, like up against her neck, and is just holding her. Even as like the void demon's promises of everything repeats in the back of her mind.
Oshan and Zohar, you can't hear everything that is said between Sanha and Yara. Their words are whispered mostly to each other, with a intimate closeness. You can't understand what they're saying, but you know it. You don't need to hear it to understand the affection between the two of them. It's powerful. It's Oshan, you remember the unconditional love that you had for your best friend, who you lost twice. And how you'd give anything right now to be Sanha and Yara, who have each other and are holding on tight and not letting go. And Zohar, you think of your husband and your 3 children. Not just lost to you, but taken from you. Or you taken from them. Whatever injustices the two of you have lived up to this point, whatever love in your life that has been stolen from you unjustly, it does not change that you know love when you see it. And that even now, on this miserable spit of land, on a miserable backwater planet, at the edge of the galaxy, there's still a flower blooming in the sand, and it's still worth protecting. It's worth saving.
He gives them a moment to just enjoy the moment they're having together, the moment they're sharing. Waits a good couple of minutes. And then finally speaks up and says, "Commander, what are your next orders?"
Azure Savannah.
Commander, can you speak up? I believe the sound of the roaring waves was dulling out your voice.
I'm so stressed. I didn't realize I muted. Sorry. Azure Savannah. We're going to the Azure Savannah.
See,
Man, that took a dramatic moment and made it funny.
No, I think actually no. To lean into the drama of it, I do think Sanha mouths it, doesn't say anything, and then is like everybody's like hello.
I mean, I think if ever there was a moment for one of those moments when you think you said something out loud but you only said it in your head, that would probably be it, since you're literally talking to something in your head.
My name's Liv, and I'm very stressed out in this moment. I am losing it on a molecular level. Ooh, boy.
Yeah, Sanha says Azure Savannah. Rather flatly, matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
I see. And Commander, this is going to be quite bold of me to ask this, but do you know the way there?
Do I? Weha does. It was on the list.
Yeah, it's on the itinerary, so yeah. It's one of your planets. Yeah.
I ask because you have melded with that thing, I believe.
It tried.
Commander, then I'll do what you told me to do next. Are you fit enough to continue leading this mission?
This was a very harrowing experience, but yes, I am.
And is this Sanha I am talking to?
Of course.
He takes a moment to think about this. Then he looks at her and says, "Who did better in basic training between us?"
You can sit here and say that it was you all you want, and the Toiler to Todd Consortium can sit here and lie to us all that they want, but it was me.
That is the commander. Let's go. And he heads over towards the ship.
Oshan, can I just talk to him for a second? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. No, go ahead. Actually, hold on. Let me just do something, because it's just a housekeeping thing. I just wanted to shout out, because we were in the middle of so much shit that I didn't get a chance to do this. Number one, Kat and Gigi, thank you for the donations. They, as you saw, came in handy. So much love, much appreciated. These things will go a long way. And also want to thank everyone for retweeting. We hit our first retweet goal, which will get a boon that might have been useful a little while ago, but it's still there. So there's some.
I'm giving you a boon right now as a GM. I'm giving you a boon.
What's my boon for? What did I do?
You're just a great storyteller. What?
Oh, stop.
Narrative homie? The homie with the narrative? We'll talk about that later.
Okay, so Zohar wanted to talk to Oshan, so let's go do that, shall we?
You know that Sanha is still in there, but that thing didn't leave.
I'm aware. For now, I will keep an eye on her. We will keep an eye on her. If she shows any signs that she isn't acting like the Sanha we know, and whatever is in there is taking over, we will have to confront it.
It's changing, Oshan. And that shakes me to my core.
I will admit, it has been aggressive, to say the least, ever since we've started making these final destinations to these planets. And after the situation I saw on that ship, the way they were holding hands like that, the way they just gave themselves up like that, but yet they decided to do it together. This is frightening to me to my core right now. What do they mean it ends with them? What were they stopping?
I don't know. But it's whatever it's doing, it's learning. I think it could make me hurt you all, and I would like it, and I would want to do it. It's never tried that with me before. I know you would do what you need to do, but if this keeps spreading to all of us, we need to think of something we can do to make sure that this doesn't get back to where it can hurt more people. You can't just... You can't destroy everything it touches. That's no way for you to live. So what do we do?
Honestly, I don't know. It seems that no matter what we do, it's going to keep on. Even if we try to, I don't think we can bargain with it. It doesn't seem like it's wanting to bargain.
No.
It just wants us to go to this place. And right now, we're at the mercy of this thing. If we don't go there, we won't find us a solution to all of this. But if we do go there, we'll find a solution to all this. But if we don't go there, we'll just be sitting here waiting for it just to spread and take over the rest of us. I'd rather find a solution than do nothing.
Okay.
Because honestly, Zohar, I view you all as my dearest friends right now. But the last thing I want to do is hold our hands together and accept death. I'm a fighter. It's how my mother raised me. I may be soft-spoken, I may be an artist, I may be a thinker, but I've always been a fighter. And right now, I have to keep fighting, no matter what. If I fight now, that's it for me. I hope you understand that.
Yeah. Okay.
Good. Now, let's go to this next planet and at least try our best to analyze whatever, try to figure out whatever this journal was trying to say.
All right.
Head back to the rowboat.
Yeah, I think so.
Who grabs the brain jar?
I'll take it.
Does anyone trust Yara with the brain jar anymore?
No, I do not. I don't trust anybody else with the brain jar anymore, ever. Including myself, but I'm still taking it, so...
All right. You all head back to the rowboat. Oshan, I assume, rows again. The ride back to the ship is quiet. On your way here, you saw something in the water. Occasional black tentacle that extended up above the water, and this time you see it again, but it's giving you a wide berth. And the only sound is just the slapping of the paddles against the water. The drip of the water from the edge of the paddles back down onto the surface. Oshan's occasional huff of breath. It is, or would be, peaceful. But Sanha, it's so loud. It's all so loud. Zohar is used to this. She's been dealing with this for over 10 years. This is new to you. And the volume is deafening, even in silence. Short time later, you reach the ship. Weha lowers the rope netting to let you all climb back up. Drops down a rope to pull the lifeboat back onto the ship. And as you climb up on board, Weha smiles. You can sense a bit of awkwardness in the air. Smiles to try to lighten the mood a bit. But Weha is studied in the void. He's experienced the void more than any of you. And the first time he met Zohar, he told her, "No offense, but you stink of the void." And now as Sanha walks by, Weha everything okay?
Yes. Do you have something to say?
No. Nope. Just curious what'd you find? Anything good?
No.
Okay. Where to next, Commander?
We're going to the Azure Savannah.
Oh, okay, yeah, that one sounded nice. That's the one I've been looking forward to the most. Yeah. Yeah, I've never seen a savannah, but I guess that's like a human thing. But it sounds pretty.
It's a large space of land that should be like a desert, but has trees and life.
Oh, wow.
Kind of.
It's sort of
I
like
don't know.
it's sort of like that's like space, isn't it? Right? Like it's mostly empty, you know. It's like mostly a desert, but there's life there, you know.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure. My father told me about it, but, you know, that was just stories passed on. Who knows anymore?
Well, let's find out together.
Yeah. Together as one.
As one.
I pat Weha on the shoulder and I walk to my room.
Okay, I'm just gonna get this. All right. Yep, gonna get the navigating. Okay, bye. Yep, I'll take care of that. You got it. Sanha walks off to her room. What do the rest of you do?
Oshan looks over at Yara. Yara, how are you right now?
As soon as Yara had crossed over onto the ship, she has pulled out the jar of seeds. She is just shaking it and looking at it. She kind of has that look of avoidance. This is an excuse to not look at you. And she says, I'm fine. I'm thinking that perhaps I can conduct a few experiments on this.
On the seeds, what you mean?
Yes, of course. What else would I mean?
Oh no. If you
just making
require
sure that you didn't mean this. Holding out
Yes.
the Mind Nebula thing.
Yara just continues shaking the jar of seeds, and she's like, perhaps I will try to plant some of these.
I see. Well, he puts a hand on her shoulder, says, please don't make decisions like that again. I'm really not ready to lose another friend again.
She hesitates, and then she kind of leans her head against your hand. She says, can I go now?
Yes, you can.
Take good care of my girl.
She hesitates. She looks like she wants to say something. The words kind of just sit in her mouth, unspoken, and then she goes to her room.
Zohar, what do you do?
Got a Mind Nebula to deliver to our crew Mystic, so gonna go see about doing that.
Okay. Let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
Go below deck and find Navari in her quarters, sitting on the edge of her bed, rubbing her temples. Oh, hello. Welcome
We
back.
found the ship. The Sentinel. Our Sentinel. It's there.
What?
The ship. Our ship. It's there on a sandbar. The crew's there. They didn't make it.
So it wasn't the same ship.
I don't
That
think
makes
so.
much more sense. The consortium couldn't explain a ship disappearing, so they just built a new one and put the same name on it.
So they just made more of them?
Sounds like it.
If a ship disappears, they go looking, right? They try to find out what happened. They don't just say, "Oh, well, sorry, too bad."
Yes. That would be the way of things.
Are you telling me that there's been no investigation into any of this? A missing ship, missing crew?
Why are you asking me, Zohar? I only
Because
found out
I
they
have-
went missing hours ago. Remember? None of you told me.
Because I have the Mind Nebula from their ship right here, and because we know that whatever happened to them, they went for the mystic first. Whatever came for them went for the mystic first.
Oh dear.
He was my friend.
Who? The Mystic?
Mm-hmm. He's my teacher, but he was also a good friend.
Oh. A human mystic, really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to assume he was human. I just know that you live with your kind generally.
No, he was, but also marked by the void. So
She pats on her bed. We're in this together, Zohar. Sit down. Tell me about him.
we first met when I moved to the city after I had to leave home. I mean, you know how it is. It's loud, it's noisy. You want it to stop. You want to do anything you can to make it be quiet. I did not really know any of what I could do to make it stop. I didn't know anybody else who was like this. Till one day, we ended up finding each other. I don't remember exactly how it happened. Like I said, a lot of things that I remember from that time are really blurry, but I knew that we had some something similar in common, and he seemed like he was handling it okay. So I asked, hey, would you show me how to live with this, please?
Yes.
He
Did he... I'm sorry, but you said something in common. Did he have this thing?
I don't know. He knew I did.
And you trained with him?
Yes.
I see.
What do you see?
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said anything.
No, really, what do you see? What do you see now? Please tell me, give me a reason for this to make sense.
I'm so sorry. Have you considered that you gave it to him?
It's possible. Yes.
I don't know what to say, Zohar. I'm sorry. I was married once, you know. Long time ago. Feels forever now. But it's actually how I got into this. My wife was a voidfarer. Excellent. Excellent at what she did. She was a navigator. Like Weha. Very talented. But she lost her way. She didn't come home. And I never found out what happened. There are days that I think the ship crashed on the beach like that one there, and there she died. Or there are days I think, oh God, stupid woman, did you open a window? Did you look out? And there are days that I think that she's alive and that she's well and that she simply loves somebody else. That never came home to me. It's not much, Zohar. You've lost a dear friend, and this isn't much consolation. But at least you know. At least you know where he is. And that he's not coming back. And then she says that the ship moves. Weha has done his work. And the ship slips into the void just as Navari reaches over and pulls the shades down. Where are we headed?
If everything goes according to plan, Azure Savannah.
That one looked promising.
Depending on... Well, we did find some seeds from there on the ship.
Oh,
So,
the previous crew had been there.
it seems like they had.
Well, that is interesting. That was the last place they went?
Yeah.
Well, it ought to be very interesting to see what we find there then. Would you like to stay with me up here? I have a very comfortable chair there if you'd like to just pass some time together.
Okay.
Do you like poetry?
Well, I was never really good at it, but I like it.
Necessarily, but oh, good. This is, if you've ever wondered what your mystic does during these trips, this is what I do. I read poems. Takes my mind off things. And she pulls a small little book out. Yeah. Let me read you one. And as Zohar and Navari settle in for the trip, this void journey is brief. You weren't far from Azure Savannah, as it was. This border world was quite close. The crew of the last Sentinel didn't make it very far from Azure Savannah, their final destination. You were in the void only a short time. You all settle into your cabins, and as you enter the void, Sanha, you do feel the noises get even louder. Deafening. Like a bad migraine. Up in Navari's cabin, Zohar and Navari are both feeling that very same thing, and Navari keeps reading her poems louder and louder and louder as she holds the book with one hand and Zohar's hand with the other. United in their pain. But not alone. Sanha. When the ship breaches out of the void, the first thing you notice is through the shutters, the slats in the shutters of your window, bright, gleaming sunlight. And the voices in your mind quiet. It's safe to look out the window now.
I was gonna say, what else can I lose? I go and I throw the window wide open.
Sanha. It is so incredibly beautiful. It's exactly as your father described, and better. Endless grasslands, trees, a bright blue sky. As you open the window, the air rushes in, and it's crisp and cool, and there's a smell of wildflowers. You can see birds. There's a river that runs nearby. You can see fish jumping in it. It's just like the stories your father told you about Earth. It's just like your home. And then you catch another smell on the breeze. Fire. Burning wood.
Is it like a
As you turn your
wildfire or is it a controlled fire? Sorry. Go.
No, it's okay. Okay. They all smell the same, to be fair. But
That's fair. That's, you know what?
as you look out the window and crane your neck, you see the source of that fire. A controlled burn. A bonfire. Off in the distance, a plume of smoke rising up above a patchwork collection of huts, a village. And standing around that fire, humans. Dozens of them. That's where we end tonight.
Got some fucking Heart of Darkness Apocalypse Now stuff happening right now. Oh my gosh.
I don't know how I'm supposed to
That
live
was
for a
the
week.
worst thing that you could have possibly said that we found there.
Oh
There's
my
so many bad
gosh.
things that were said today. There's so many. Yeah, this is a
Of all of the
fixo.
bad things, this was the worst one, knowing that there are
I
actually
know.
humans here.
That is the worst part. That's like out of everything. Because it could have been anyone. But it's humans. Ah, fish sticks.
Don't talk about yourself like
How
that.
do you know?
I said it, and in my mind, I was like, shut up, Liv.
Oh man. On a side note, do you know what came in the middle of the game? Coffee.
Was it your coffee? Hey! Bourbon
Nice.
Delight.
Bourbon Delight. It smells delightful. Literally, I like pulled it out of its like USPS like packaging. I was like, damn, she got some kick to her. Okay, it smells like
Got
secondary
heft.
bag.
Did you get a pound?
Oh. I did get a pound.
Smart.
Because I drink a lot of coffee.
Hell yeah. I'm glad I'm not drinking
Anyway.
coffee right now because my heart rate would be jacked.
Yeah,
Look,
I've been
who was drinking coffee right now, whose heart rate is currently jacked.
Anna, your
That
heart
was-
heart rate
Literally
would've been
right as
jacked
you-
even if you were drinking chamomile. Like
The heart rate is always jacked.
The
Thanks for
resting heart rate of a
call.
jackrabbit.
Yeah.
That was a heavy sode.
I mean, as we've discussed in the past, like we are responsible, and in our green room chat, we do use like check-in tools. But you know, since we are at the end of the show and we do like to debrief, how's everybody's head? How's everybody's heart?
I'm good. It was like there was like so many moments of just tension where my jaw was like clenched the entire time. I think it was that the fight, my jaw was clenched. The conversation between Sanha and Yara, as sweet as that was,
Oof.
I was
It was
tense
sweet and sinister
because-
though.
Yeah, it was because Sanha wasn't having a conversation with Yara. She was having a conversation with the Void Creature, but Yara was having a conversation with Sanha. So like it was like two
I
people
love
having a
dramatic
conversation with one person at the same time. Oh my gosh. But that's me. Yeah, that's for me. Yeah. Oof.
Yeah, no, that was such an interesting scene because it was so sweet and so sinister at the same time. There was real, genuine love, but also Sanha was not in her right mind. And there was the first time you said, it was the way you said it, but the first time you said, Sanha, no. And it was echoing back the Void Creature.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, that was intense. That scene was really, really intense.
Everybody
How was
did
that
so
on your
great.
end?
Colin, you did great. Sully did great. It was like so interesting because, well, first of all, this is going to surprise nobody. I love being the secret plant in the group. I love it. I love it more than anything. Colin's like, yeah, that makes sense. Like
Pure unadulterated evil.
truly, that is what I am. Like I have a.
Oh, I do
home
just want to say
campaign.
though, I want to say that this was not planned though, just so that's clear.
No.
Like that was not.
Mm-mm.
Liv and I didn't scheme
This is not-
anything. That all was in the moment.
Yeah, that was 100% in the moment. And I don't even think I've never told anybody on this stream this secret about myself, but like in my home game, I was like plotting out my new character for my home game, and I was like, hey, what if I like sold my soul to the devil? Like, what if I sold my soul to the devil and nobody else in the party knew about it? And my GM was like, okay, you have a twin sister who you're estranged with, and she doesn't know that. And I was like, good. So like that's just me as a person. Yeah, good. So this whole idea that like, I mean, she's not gonna get away with it. Everybody knows. But this idea that Sanha's gonna try to play it off like she's not infested with the void demon, love it. And like for me, I realized in that moment of like, oh shit, Sanha has always had feelings for Yara, but Sanha's like such a control freak and she's so afraid of losing things in her pursuit to have everything. She won't ever say it. So now that the void demon has promised her that she can have everything. And why would I not trust the void demon? What has the void demon ever done to convince me that I can't trust it? Never steered me wrong.
I mean, really,
they
haven't.
They've only just
Kinda.
met. It hasn't steered you
Yeah.
wrong.
It hasn't.
No.
Weeks
I'm gonna
ago.
burn this ship to the ground.
Fucking
I'm gonna ruin this whole
void,
campaign.
void demon in the brain ass.
Oh no.
I can't live like this. This is so funny. By funny, I mean terrible.
Weeks ago, we did character creation for it, and I said, "Hey, Colin, I want to play this thing. I don't know what it does. Go." The thing that I expected was Yara releasing podium like Pandora's box, freaking Sanha making like. Okay, sure, I could see fun with that as a player, but Sanha, like.
Hey,
Why?
Colin. I would like it if my character had a flamethrower that they can't control. Is that okay? Sure, Anna. That sounds really, really fun. I would love for you to have a flamethrower that you can't control.
Why did I make these decisions? Why?
I mean,
Why?
as like Sanha's player, I was sitting here and I was like, Sanha is somebody who is so desperate for control in her life, which is honestly a sick thing because none of us have any control.
Mm-hmm.
None of us have any control in our actual lives, and I'm not going to get onto that spiel, but that's just what it is.
Shit just happens. Yeah.
Shit just
the Void
happens and we
Demon
all
did all
react.
that last week. We know we're insignificant.
No, I am completely with you philosophically on that point.
Yeah. But she is somebody who is desperate for control. So part of my like spiral, which again, we're all being responsible behind scenes, people were checking in on me, but part of my spiral, hello, excuse you, go do what you need to do, thank you.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, it's me. Yeah, those are I don't know what my neighbors are doing. Burning? I have no idea. But
I'm not a control freak, as she tries to give a command to a siren outside the window.
See,
I'm not a control
gonna
freak,
say
but I'm
it,
trying to be
I'm not a
professional.
control freak. You legit said, excuse you, to a siren. So...
To a siren.
I'm trying to be professional.
All right. I called you out. Continue.
Yes. But I was like, okay, so like she can either like spiral and hate this life, or she can lean into it. And you guys can guess what I did. So I'm very excited for this new development.
Yep, I love it. Great choice.
Terrible.
It's so
Stella,
good, but it's so bad.
Stella, what's up? Because you had a real heavy scene there, and
Stella,
there were
boy.
tears.
baby.
Stella.
How are you?
Ooh. Oh, I
How
am
are you
100% fine. That was great. I loved it. I have a natural crybaby face, and the tears just flow. So like that's just all acting, baby. It's great. I loved it. Also, Yara feels like fucking shit now. Oh my god. She feels so bad. She had this epic plan. She's like, Sanha will be fine. I'm gonna take this brain, I'm gonna meld with it, and then there's gonna be no problems. You know, Sanha won't have like some void demon in her brain. Everything's gonna be fine. And then she just like...
Okay, but remember when I said that we should just let Zohar or Weha or Navari touch this brain? Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
Remember when she said that? Because she did say that. That was something she said.
Yes, okay, but Yara is like, you know, awkward scientist brain is like, this makes no sense. There is no control group. We must consider the variables. And then, you know, and then after that, it's like, oh shit, Sanha's gonna grab it now. Oh no, this cannot happen.
I think it's fair to say that Navari, Weha, Zohar, and now Sanha are definitely part of the control group. You know what I'm saying? You dig what I'm saying?
Hey.
Also, Stella, I said the meanest thing in the whole session to Yara at the I said Sanha making sure everyone's safe and cleaning up your messes, which I immediately felt bad about as soon as I said it.
100% true. When you said that, I was like, yep. Yes. Yep.
Meanwhile, Vax is chirping somewhere.
Vax
okay,
is losing his mind.
Poor Vax. Okay, well, Stella, you got another game to get to, so let's do the things, okay? So let's start with you, just in case you have to run.
Okay.
So give the folks your plugs.
Hello. I'm Stella Luna here on Twitch. I am Stella Luna TV on Twitter. I do mostly TTRPG things. My whole thing is I like to teach people how to play TTRPGs. And I like to introduce people to things such as safety tools, as we've been using, both like in chat, on camera, all of that stuff, considering things like lines and veils. And you'd be surprised. I've met so many people that have never heard about these safety tools, and they just completely change your experience in a game. It's so freeing to have that candid conversation about like what makes you uncomfortable. And I mean, there are ways to do it anonymously too. So there are ways to, feel comfortable, feel safe at the table, and that's what I'm all about teaching. And I will be running my show on Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time over on my channel. I run Unbound, which uses adventures from Uncaged Anthology. Uncaged Anthology is a collection of adventures that subvert tropes around mythological creatures and beings that are women. So it takes like the classic story of Medusa, takes the classic stories of nymphs and valkyries, and tells them in a much more interesting way. And it's like my favorite thing in the whole wide world, and all of the players are pretty much just collecting hot NPCs to date and smooch, and that's pretty much it now.
A thirst game.
Great.
Good old thirst game.
Yes, I love it. So good. And thank you, Liv, for having such an intense scene with me. And thank you, Colin, too. Amazing.
That was so good.
Nobody I'd rather do it with. I mean, no, like,
Crazy.
It's just a whole big conglomerate of like 4 people, and I mean, all of them are here. So.
All right, let me go up to Wally.
Sup, y'all? It's me, Wally, your favorite non-binary slime on the internet best friend, who will let you get the first Pringle chip. Because I know everyone loves to peel the cap that first, and they like that fresh rush of packaged
The
air
top chip.
to hit them in the face, because that has all the flavor right
The
there.
top chip.
Top chip. You get the first chip.
Will you marry me?
You get the first chip. Hey, that's what being a slime is all about. Making everyone happy. No. But yes, you can find me here next week playing some Black Void, and also you can find me every Monday over at Conomicon with these 2 wonderful people over here playing some Monster of the Week, which is so much fun. Oh my gosh, this game has been so great. Fudge, y'all. It's just been good. Then you can catch myself along with Anna once again every Friday over at Valerian's channel playing the Lancer game. We have two more episodes left. We can't wait to see how this thing ends, because we legit stopped an AI god living on the back of a luxury liner. So I'm not sure where we can go from after that, but we only have 2 episodes left, so let's see how that goes. And then that's about it. Where you can find me. Oh yes, you can also find me on Twitter at Wally WALLE132, just like the cute little Disney robot. You can find me there, and you can check me out on any other streams that you may see me on.
Ah, man, yeah. Last episode of Monster of the Week was great. I'll wait till my part to talk about it. Anna.
Oh, hello. As usual, whenever Wally goes before me for outros. They say everything that I'm already in because we're in all of our games together, and it is great because Wally is the best. Love Wally is life. It's gonna be weird if we like ever have a week where we're not just all, playing 9 hours of games together. It'll be odd.
I don't know if I'm
like
ready for that. I don't know if I'm ready for that. Like,
I'm not.
Don't make me go alone.
I have a great solution to this, though. I have a great solution to this.
Never stop
but the
playing
rest
them.
of y'all will just have to follow my Twitch to figure out what that is. That's Nymeria streams. There are plans and schemes in the works there, but mostly right now I am just playing games with a strong narrative heart and sitting around talking about how I feel about them. Where else can you find me? On Twitter at Nymeria941, pretty much everywhere where Wally is streaming. And the one thing that I do without Wally is I GM Parslings, which is going to be right here on Weave the Tale tomorrow. At the same time slot as this Black Void show. So we will be starting at 6 p.m. Eastern time. This is another game where we discuss the fun and not so fun ramifications of having weird parasites in your head, except in this case, they're little inky word tattoo parasite creatures. And one of our players, his character is actually about to get his voluntarily removed and taken out, which means he can't say that word anymore ever for the rest of his life. So if you want to see how that pans out, check us out tomorrow right here at 6 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah. Why didn't you guys think of that? Just get your brain parasites voluntarily removed. Duh.
I mean, it's a little different.
It might be a little.
It really is, though. Like, we don't have surgical tools in the Black Void universe. We don't have antiseptics. We're like living in
like
the Bronze Age.
Surgical tools.
Exactly.
Yeah. You've got
a rock attached
saws.
to a stick, maybe. Yeah, like
that. It's not that low tech.
Technically,
Yeah,
it's,
I mean, you've got
you've
got Bronze Age tools. Yeah, you've got Bronze Age tools.
Said like, hey, there's something in my brain, they'd probably be like, okay, lay down, we're going to cut open your chest. And that's
that's where the brain is.
Or do some kind of like exorcism type of ritual thing. Because we do have magic, but yeah.
True.
Yeah.
All right. Liv, take us home.
Hey everybody, I am Liv. I'm your girl Liv at Liv in a Day. My whole thing is I hop around from channel to channel and I play a bunch of different games. Colin has actually met some of the people that I play with because I realized that two of my very good friends were on his channel this past Sunday, and he'll talk more about what they were doing and what he does. But on Mondays, I am over on Total Party Chill with Under the Table, which is a TTRPG campaign where we play different games telling one narrative. We are actually about to finish up season 2 in the next couple of months. And season 3 is going to be a Western. So if you want to see your girl get down in this Western themed setting, come check it out. On Tuesdays, we will finally be going back to Rule of Lore with Into Deep, which is an all LGBTQIA plus queer stream where we play Waterdeep Dragon Heist, Be Gay Do Heists. Wednesdays, I'm here exploring the Black Void, which is apparently just my heart. It's just my heart and my trauma. That's all that we're exploring. Because, wow, I love this group and they are all great and wonderful and very supportive, and it's great. Every other Wednesday, I'm over on Off the Table playing Miestros del Tiempo, which is our Pasiones de las Pasiones game where I finally outed our GM. I was like, so we're just playing Doctor Who, the telenovela? And she was like, yes.
I watched that.
Yeah. But it's a telenovela within a telenovela. So. Yeah, so we're solving the mystery of a disappearance of one of the companions from the show. Very good, very fun. This Saturday is going to be the finale of All or Nothing, which is Super Dylan's Super Dylan's producing it. but it's over on their channel. We are doing City of Mist, where Gnome, who is a friend of the show, is on, and we're all about to solve a mystery. So the finale is this Saturday. Please come out and check it out, because it's going to be a big one. And I have a couple of things worked up in the mix, and if you want to know where I'm going to pop up next, follow me on Twitter. There's going to be some Pathfinder. There's going to be a lot of charity games. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Cool. That leaves me. Hi. I'm Colin. I've been your GM, and I will continue to be for the next 2 weeks. And that is only 2 weeks, guys. There's only 2 of these left. But if and you like what you see, you can always find me on my own channel, which is my name, twitch.tv/Colonomicon, my screen name up there, where my thing is, well, a few different things, but the big one is one-shots. So every single Sunday at 7, we do a one-shot of a different game, different system, different crew. This past weekend, like Liv was alluding to, I played with a couple of Liv's friends there, who were absolutely fucking fantastic, by the way. Liv, you have very good friends. They crushed it. Like,
I have great friends.
You just
like
surround yourself
here.
with brilliant people, am I right? Yeah.
Yeah, truly.
Wonderful. And we played a game of Happiest Apocalypse on Earth that kicked ass. And this weekend, if you tune into my channel, 7 p.m. on Sunday, we are playing a game that you literally won't see anywhere else, because this is the first ever stream of it. It is the newest game from Michael Sands, who is the creator of Monster of the Week, and also a super nice guy who I interviewed on my talk show, the GM Postmortem, like last month or 2 months ago. I can't remember now. And he hinted at this new game he's working on, and Lydia and I were like, can we play it, please? Can we please play it? And then he got the draft of it done and sent us a copy, and we have the first look at this brand new game of his called Heavy Metal Aeons. It is a game designed to do the... it's playing out the kind of stories that you find in, like, epic heavy metal music. So there's, like, space pirates and shit, and, like, Vikings, and you can play... One of the classes is you can play as a sentient weapon. You can just be, like, a sword that talks. It's ridiculous, and it's going to be so fucking cool. Wally and Anna are going to be in it because they are in everything I do. But also Gigi, who was on the show as well, who played Drakon a few episodes ago. Gigi's going to be in it as well.
We love Gigi.
Along with my friend
we
Bill.
love Gigi in this
I stand Gigi.
So much.
We
this
stand
house.
GG.
We stand
in this
Gigi.
house. On this
Hell
Christian
yeah.
Minecraft server.
So that is going to be 7 o'clock Sunday. Get your very, very first look at Heavy Metal Aeons. I am pumped to play it. It's going to be absolutely great. And the other thing is that Monday nights, I do Monster of the Week Act 3, which I GM. A Monster of the Week show that has Anna, Wally, and our dear Savvy Seaworth on it from Good Game Nights. And it is heavy. It is definitely 18 plus, fair warning. Especially after last episode, Jesus Christ. But it is just a great show, and I'm loving everything about it. They're so incredibly good. I don't have to do any work because these three just carry me, and it's beautiful. And then the final thing is I do a talk show called the GM Postmortem that I do with Lydia, Half-Arse Tournament, who has been our tech today. May we please give the hearts in chat for Lydia, making the stuff happen. We do a talk show where we talk with GMs and game developers about how to run a better game. It is every other Friday. So it is not this Friday, but next Friday, April 16th, we are going to be having an interview with Will Munn, the creator of Arium, which was successfully kickstarted and just shipped. I love that game. It's a great world-building system. And we are going to talk with Will about world building. So something that Will is particularly adept at. Because
Will
he made a whole
ran
fucking
Arium
game
for
about it.
me, and he's the best. Yeah,
Will's super nice.
Yeah,
Will ran Arium for me on this channel actually months ago.
Yeah.
And we did a
I did it for Friends to Roll Dice. Point is, incredible person.
Yeah.
Wow.
Will's great. He is a very, very adept Icarus. and love him dearly. And it's going to be killer to talk to him. So that's what's going on there. Stick around after the stream if you're still with us. We're going to go on a little raid. We're going to go see our friends over at Chromatic Chimera, lovely people all, and pop in on their new show. But that is all for me. Thank you all so much for watching, whether you are live or on YouTube later. We could not do this without you. Look, we love attention and we love an audience, okay? So we very much appreciate all of you being here and coming along on this ride with us. Thank you for your donations. Thank you for your retweets. Thank you for your subs. You're all amazing and we love you. And we will see you next week, same time, same place, same channel, for more emotionally painful... another heavy sode, shall we say, next week for episode 9 of Black Void Into the Oblivious Depths. Good night, everybody.
These are the tales we weave. Tales of magic. Tales of mystery. Tales exploring the beyond. And while we continue to grow, even more adventures await. In the depths of the unknown. Will you join us in the telling?